Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and this here is my little craft corner where I talk about knitting and sometimes other yarn related crafts. And spring is almost here, so I just wanted to share with you all the things I'm looking to make this season. And before I get started, I know this is a very extensive list and I'm not expecting to finish everything I'll talk about right now, but these are my dreams to knit this season, and we'll see how much I actually knit because I made a video similar to this in winter, so everything I wanted to knit in winter, and I did not, absolutely not, do all of that. So this is more like my dream list to knit this season. And yeah, let's get going. First of all, I'd like to share the patterns that I'm currently working on that I would love to finish this season. And first of all, that's my sweater number 15. I have been knitting on this ever since December. I just finished the body and I had picked up for sleeves, but I cast on way too little stitches. So that didn't really work out, so I had to rip it back. And now I have to find the courage to restart joining the sleeves here. But I absolutely love this yarn and I love this pattern so much. So this is by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and the yarn I'm using is by Hollands Creatief, Peruvian Highland Wool. If you're not new here, you know how I feel about this. I talk about it in basically every video, and I'll just show you what my sweater number 15 looks like right now when I put it on. Yeah, if you're not new here, you know how I feel about Hollands Creatief and how obsessed I am with their yarn. It's just the softest, most beautiful yarn ever. So this is what it looks like. You can clearly see that the drop shoulder is going to be beautiful. The color, I have to pick up sleeves for that as well. Pick up stitches for that as well. We'll see how that goes. And then the body, I knitted to... My belly button is about here, so I just knitted a bit further. Like when it hugs my hips a bit. And then it will grow just a bit when blocking, so we'll see where it ends up, but I'm just super in love with how this looks. And I could just keep it like this, but I want the sweater, so I'm going to make myself the sweater. I'm not going to turn it into a sweater vest just because I didn't want to knit anymore. I have I think I have 4 skeins of this yarn left, which is way too much, because this then only took me like 4 skeins. So I have way too many skeins left over, but that is alright. I will find something to do with the rest of it, but this is just so beautiful. Peruvian Highland Wool, so hand wash, 30 degrees, 100% Peruvian Highland Wool. Great yarn. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Then another thing that I'm looking to finish is my Camisole number 5. Which has been on the needle since, I think, maybe October, but ever since January I'm doing not really a challenge, but just keeping up with it by knitting around a day. I'm a bit behind, so I'll catch up in a couple of days. You'll see why I'm behind when I talk through more of my current whips. But this is what it looks like right now. I do think I will finish this. This is the start of March. I do think I will finish this at the end of March, or I'll finish with the 1 round a day, and then I'll bind off and pick up for the armholes and neckline, and then this will be finished this season. I'm super positive of that. This will be finished this season, and then I'll have it for spring and summer to wear, which is perfect. It's great. Then something that has been on the needles for so long, and I don't think I'll finish this season, but I will do my best and I will just get a bit further with it, is my Folklore cardigan. Pattern is from Lion Brand, but it is obviously inspired by Taylor Swift. I knit the back panel and then the left front I'm up to the armhole decreases. But this is just incredible. Like, I still cannot believe that I knit this. is perfect and I love it so much. I cannot wait to have this in my wardrobe, but I just have not really found the time to knit on this that much. Just with everything going on this past few months, starting a job, moving, everything, did not really have the time to pick this up because it is quite an intricate pattern. You have to keep track of all the rows you're on. You cannot do this mindlessly whatsoever. But yeah, this I would like to, get a bit further on it, but if I'm realistic, I don't think I will finish this, but I want to work on this season. And I'm knitting this in Drops Nepal, which is 65% wool and 35% alpaca on 5mm needles. It's very soft. This is the first yarn I ever worked with when I got back into knitting. And I overbought a lot. So this might still be a skein from a year ago. But I also ordered new skeins. So it's just a mix and match of everything. And I think I'll have to buy more because I only have 2 of these left. And I need to do the sleeves and then one front panel, like the entirety of the front panel, and then the other front panel, just this part, like armhole and up. So I do think I will need more than 2 skeins to do that. So I will be ordering new yarn for that sometime. So those are my whips that have been with me for a while and I will take into the next season with me. Then I also have some pattern tests because I got quite over enthusiastic and I signed up for a bunch of pattern tests and then I got 3 at the same time, which is a lot, but it is all manageable. So first of all, I have the Casual Cable Socks by Lemon Squeezy Knits, and this is what they look like. I don't think the cable really picks up. It's a mock cable pattern, and I knit this in 2 days, so the deadline is in a month. I only had a month to knit 2 socks, or 1 sock was alright as well, but I really want to finish both socks so that I have them. Yeah, this is progress of 2 days and I'm almost at the heel, so it's going to be great. It's going to be fine, and I absolutely love the pattern and I love this yarn as well. This is the Onion Nettle sock yarn that is 70% wool and 30% nettle. I got this at the Breidagen last year in a mystery gift bag. And I absolutely love this yarn. It has surprised me quite a bit because I didn't know what to expect with nettle. But it is really, really soft and fun. I believe it's so cute. This pattern is so nice. It is lovely squishy. It fits perfectly. I was a bit worried because the cast on is a bit more stitches than I'm used to for knitting socks. But it turned out great because the mock cable pattern kind of tightens everything a bit more than stockinette, I think. I don't know how it works, but it works and it's great. It's a great pattern and I cannot wait to knit this and for it to come out so that you guys can also knit it. It's so far would recommend. I've only knitted this part, but would recommend. Then another pattern test that I've just gone into is a sweater. It is the Amadeo sweater by Cody by Johanna. And it is a fingering weight pattern, but I'm knitting it on sport weight, but I'm still knitting gauge, so everything's fine. And it is with lace work on the sleeves, and it is beautiful. I'll put a picture of the completed thing from Johanna over here. And this is my version so far. It is a fingering weight sweater, and I only have a month to complete it, which is quite ambitious, but I've done this in a week, joining around, almost done with, well, almost, still like 12 pattern repeats for the raglan increases, and then I'll split for sleeves, and I think I'll just focus on doing one of the sleeves, and then the body, and then the other sleeve, so that if I do not have enough time, I plan it all out, I will have enough time if I stick to the schedule, but you know, life sometimes happens, so I really want to finish the yoke and one of the sleeves and then the body and then the other sleeve so that I do have enough things to provide feedback on for her. But this is what it looks like right now. This is my lace. I don't know if you can see it very properly. It is just gorgeous. I cannot wait to have this in my wardrobe. Again, as with everything I'm knitting, I am, I think, good mix between a project knitter and a process knitter. I really love the process of knitting, but I also want the product that comes after it. So with this is now mostly a product knit because I really just want the product. And the knitting itself is a bit tiring when you're just in around 2x2 on 2.5 millimeter needles. It is a lot to go through, and I mean, it is still a fun process to go through, but at this point I feel like it's more of a product knit because I really just want the product, and I do not pick it up because, oh, let me just knit 2x2 ribbing in 2.5 millimeter needles for hours on end. But this is also really fun a project to work on right now because of the lace and just seeing it grow, and it is so fun to work on it and to get the hang of the lace repeat because I haven't really done lace yet, I feel like. So this is a great learning experience for me, and I do think that's what keeps the process fun right now, just getting the hang of kind of memorizing the lace repeat and just figuring that out. But I absolutely love this. I am knitting this in the Lana Grossa Cool Wool Melange yarn in color number 119. So this is 100% merino, and it is supposed to be a summer sweater, but I think it will be more fall, spring-ish. So this might just be the perfect season to knit it. I am knitting this on 3.5 millimeter needles, and the gauge of this yarn is 24 stitches by 34 rows. But the gauge of the pattern, I think, is 23 or 22 stitches. I'm not really 100% sure because I haven't looked at the gauge in a bit. But I know that I am on gauge, and I cannot wait to have this be a bit further because right now it's, yeah, not too far, but I am loving knitting this and I cannot wait to have this in my wardrobe, and I cannot wait to knit on this a bit more. This is definitely something I'm picking up because I just want to knit on it, not because I want to get to the finished object faster. This is just, oh, I really want to knit. This is a fun pattern. Let's knit this. So that's great, especially when you're on a deadline and you have to knit it. It's great that you want to knit it then as well. And the last pattern test that I have is the Thank You Very Much top by Carlijn's Corner. And I am going to be knitting that in this Yarn and Colors purple color. It's the Yarn and Colors must have in a purple or plum colorway 51. And it is a kind of a turtleneck top. I don't have a picture of it because Carlijn didn't include a picture in her pattern yet, so I cannot show you anything, and I haven't cast it on yet. But this is due, I believe, like somewhere in the middle of May. So I still have enough time to go through that. And yeah, I know I knit tank tops pretty quickly, so this will be perfect. I love this color on me as well. It's a bit bright, but it's great. And I know it's going to be just this band and then that way. So it's not really turtleneck, but I don't know how to explain the neckline. You'll just have to stay tuned and see what I make of it in a couple months. Because I'm going to be starting this as soon as my other pattern tests finish. Just because it would not really make sense to prioritize this over the socks that have to be finished in a month or the sweater that has to be finished in a month. I'll just prioritize this afterwards. So those are all the whips and the pattern tests. So bit more obligatory stuff that I have to knit. But I also have some patterns that I want to cast on this month, just for me, just for funsies. And first of all, it's this vanilla sock. I'm going to be using this wool met verve basic sock in lovely speckled colors, and this is going to be great. And then this will be the cuff, heel, and toe of the sock. And I'm just going to be knitting some vanilla socks. I'll be casting this on as soon as I finish the pattern test, I think. Just to have this on the go with me whenever I go anywhere. Just have these socks with me. I think that will be great. Then I will be knitting camisole number 8. Or I hope to be knitting camisole number 8 in this yarn. This is Yippee yarn. It is a sock yarn and it's hand dyed and I absolutely love it. So this will be camisole number 8. And I will cast this on as soon as I finish this sweater, I think. Just because they are both cable patterns, they're both by the same designer, so I think it'll be similar in construction. And just having them alongside each other would not really make sense for me, because I like one cable pattern at the same time, just to keep track of the repeat and everything. So this will be casted on when I finish my sweater number 15, and I hope to finish this within the season as well, so that I have it for summer. Maybe it's more of an autumn pattern, but summer also has colder days. It'll be fine. I just really want this to be knit up in camisole number 8 and have the camisole in my wardrobe. I love this color on me as well. It's a bit more brown orangey, but I just love it and I cannot wait to get this started also. Then I have some Drops Flora yarn. It's this lovely purple blue-ish colorway, and this is made with 65% wool and 35% alpaca. So same as Drops Nepal, but this is on 3mm needles and that one was on 5, so it's a bit lighter yarn. And this will be a Daphne top. I absolutely love the Daphne top, and I think it's a really beautiful, classy item to have, clothing item. I just cannot wait to knit it up with this yarn. I've had this in stash for a little while, just planning what I'd like to make with it. And I landed on the Daphne top and I cannot wait to get it started. And I don't know yet when I'll get it started, because maybe also after the sweater is done, just having one bigger project at the same time would be great. But we'll see, but I really want to make the Daphne top. Then I also have this Sandnes yarn, Sandnes Garn Tin Lina. So that is 35% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. And it is this lovely light blue color. I got this in Germany when I went there in July with my student association. And I got it with the intent of making the Cumulus tee with it. I keep saying Cumulus Blouses, but it is the Cumulus tee. And I'm still going to be making the Cumulus tee with this, and I hope to cast this on sometime soon-ish. But it falls, in my head it falls in the same realm as the Daphne top. So I just have to see which one I'll prioritize, and I think I'll knit these back to back. Or, well, not at the same time, because they're also both bigger projects. So yeah, this is everything that I'm planning to make this spring this year. It is a lot. It is so much knitting, but right now I have a full-time job, and then afterwards I'm too exhausted to do anything except for knitting. I usually just knit my nights away. So this will be great for that. I'm hoping I can get a lot of knitting done. And yeah, I guess you just have to stay tuned and see what I finish. I will keep you guys updated on my knitting podcasts. You can watch my latest knitting podcast over here. And I will see you guys again real soon. Bye!